Today I'm going to talk about humiliation. So let's define humiliation. It's the behavior of someone who judges you unfairly, and it's this judgment that makes you feel worthless and powerless. 9 times out of 10, it's due to a power imbalance, and it's this abuse of power that makes you feel ashamed or stupid. It's a hurtful way to be treated, but it's a very effective way to gain and maintain power over you because you're too distracted by your hurt feelings and trying to protect yourself. So being humiliated is bad for your mental health because it makes you feel anxious, B, miserable, C, stunned into silence, or D, it just feels unfair. And that brings on that feelings of powerless. It uses the red flag professional behaviors of dismissing, minimization or trivialization of your concerns. This is bad because it impacts on your health treatment as it results in a further loss of trust in a healthcare setting. People often resort to the use of avoidance behaviors or sarcasm or fight or flight because you're trying to defend yourself against being humiliated again. Really, under normal circumstances, if you were humiliated, you would never ever go back there. But you can't do that in a healthcare setting because you need them. So instead of going into fight or flight, you go into the freeze response because it's the only way you know how to deal with it, the situation, and not risk being discharged from treatment. And freeze situation is when you sit there and you don't respond, and your lack of response is taken for agreement. How do you deal with humiliation? It's hurtful, but remember, you're in control of your thoughts. So if you think of your thoughts as a vehicle, and I'll use the analogy of a bus. You hop into a bus, halfway through the journey, you realize it's the wrong bus. You get off that bus and get back onto the right bus. Try not to react to the feelings of hurt and sorrow. Just remain calm while you're in the situation and state why you think their behavior response is unacceptable. If you choose to walk away, go into flight mode and walk, I would encourage you to put the reasons why you terminated the session in writing via an email as soon as you can. So remember, it's perfectly normal to feel hurt and upset. Go wild, dance, scream, shout, fire some ink missiles to your draft box, not to them, but time limit these. Right, really focus on just because one organization or one individual chose to treat you badly, that doesn't define you as an individual. I've got some worksheets that you might consider doing 5 things I like about myself. Don't get into the intrusive thought wrecking balls. This isn't your mission, it's their mission. They need to own it. When you're able to, take a step back from the discomfort and guilt and remind yourself that everybody feels humiliated at times, and then sit down and decide what skills you have that you can use as coping strategies to help you get over this setback and up and running as quickly as possible. Remember, laughter is great medicine, so when you've got back up and dusted yourself down, try to find the funny in the situation. Remember, they chose to use their imbalance of power against you. You did nothing wrong.